Hey guys, good morning. We're back out here at the shop, me and Dad. Just got back from our Chick-fil-A run. So he's still sorting hardware. I don't know. I gave him a deadline. He's way past it. I don't know what we're gonna do. May have to go get somebody else to do it. Anyways, guys, we're just going to pick up where we left on the last one. So I think I'm going to jump back over on the Thunderbird, and I think we're going to start cleaning up the engine bay and start getting it looking a little nicer underneath there. All right, so let's go get that done. Well, looks like we're still making sense of the hardware. Bags are getting full. We're gonna have to figure that out.
You figure out where to put it.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to get rid of some of that. Those bags that are really full, we'll have to pick the best hardware out of it and get rid of the stuff that's not so good. Anyways, yeah. So look at all the hardware bags he's got down there. He's cleaned out already. He's getting after it. All right, let me get over here. So here's where we're at. Not as much on this side. We don't have a whole lot of wiring over here to get cleaned up and covered up, but we'll go ahead and get it. That's going to be the first thing I do, is go along here and try and get this all covered and sheathed up, you know, so you don't see all these colorful wires and everything. So we'll try and get all that, try to get all this cleaned up as much as we can, so it looks a little nicer underneath here, and then we'll work on hoses, getting all that, get those braces installed, and just get all that done. We can get an idea what this is going to look like. So this is what I got here. Just picked it up at my local hardware store, or not hardware, but auto parts store. So just got a couple different sizes. They expand and contract, so you can use them in multiple different areas. But I did the Amazon route and got this in, but it's not like where you can put it over wires that are already run. You'd have to run the wires through here first. So this was a big waste of my time and money. I can use it when I do like a full rewire on something, you know, as I'm building the harness. This would work fine, but otherwise, not so much. Yay, Amazon. Okay, let's get to it. All right, we got this dressed out a lot nicer, cleaned up. So I think we're okay on this side. It's all prettied up. We'll get this all this here in a minute. We're just working on the electrical right now. Let me get the other side. All right, how about that? All under one little bundle, or kind of big bundle, but looks good. Cleaned it up. We got rid of a lot of the color wires that were everywhere. I'll probably put a little small one right here as well, just to take away most of that color. And I got a small one I can do right here as well and cover that up. Otherwise, everything else I think is okay. So we just got 2 small ones to do here. That'll cover all that up. This is all done. You see this? There we go. Comes around to the solenoid, and you're not going to be able to do much about that. There's going to be just color, but that's all hidden. This is where you watch and you see everything. See, you can't see it. Anyway, so I think the electrical is pretty much rounded off and cleaned up and secured permanently now, with the exception of a couple things over here. All right, I like it. All right, now we can start worrying about all of these hoses, how we're going to run these hoses, how we're going to, organize all that. So there you go. So while we're waiting on all that to dry, let's go over here and see how Dad's doing. We're about wrapping up the hardware, aren't we?
Just about.
Yep. Looks like we're just about to the end of the hardware organization. I guess we still have to get it put away and organized that way, but we'll at least have them separated into what they are, size-wise. So that will help chase hardware down a lot faster. Yep. You see I got Dad his mandatory brake banana. All right, it's looking good over here. Once he gets that done, then we're going to go through this whole thing and get that all reorganized and set up. So, all right, and over here, of course, I'm waiting on the paint to dry for the brace. So we'll get that here in a little bit. Other than that, I can't really organize. I got return line here. I got the hose and this hose here for the power steering. All need to be dealt with. This side's pretty much done, besides putting the brace on. over here, but I can't do that until the hardware's done being painted and dried. And I got these hoses are all secured now. All this is all secured and dealt with and all cleaned up. So it looks really good. Whole lot better than it did. You got to step back here and you can see how the engine base cleaned up quite a bit. All right, let's sit and wait for paint to dry. Well, let's get in here and take a look. So I got my return line clamp down here. I'm not really sure if that's the use of that clamp or not, but it works. So we're gonna use it there. I got my AC line routed. I got it strapped back here, and my kick down has plenty of space to run. Throttle not binding, there's not hitting anything. The only thing I have left I need to work on is the power steering line right here and getting that mounted in a way that it's going to keep this from hitting anything or rattling. I got this rubber bumper here. I believe there must be a bracket or something for that. I'll have to look. That way maybe secures that. There's another bracket that goes right here. We'll get that secured. We do have to pull this pump out one more time. It's leaking again. I don't know if I told you that, but I think what we got is a bad shaft or something in there. Something is causing it to leak. So I ordered another one, and it'll be in here in a couple of days, and I'll swap that out. Anyways, if we go over here, you can see we got the brace on over here, and all of the lines and hoses and everything else is cleaned up. So, get back and we can take a look at the engine bay, and that's a whole lot better than it's been looking during the build process. So I would say we are just about done in here. I just have that little area right here I got to get taken care of. Probably won't want to jump too much onto that until I get this replaced on this side here. So I'm not going to want to secure all that until I've got this good. Otherwise, looks really good. I got rid of all the different colored wires and kind of made it a uniform black that's, hidden. You don't really see it. So anyway, all right. So as soon as this pump comes in, we'll get started on that.
It is now.
All right, guys. So this fender's cleaned up, polished up, and ready to go. I'm just working on getting the Thunderbird script on. I think we've just about got it. So that looks really good. I think that's as good as we're going to get it down. That looks good. Here, let me get you. And that makes that fender look good. That looks really good. All right, last thing we got to do to this fender before we install it is get the turn signal light up front. So let's see if we can't get that on there. All right, so we ended up getting some new turn signal lights for the fenders because we were not able to get the end open to be able to replace that light. I would have actually loved to have kept the originals on here, but they would not come apart. Just too long in the desert, I guess, and caught cake with dirt and then whatever else. But either way, we got some new ones, and we're going to go ahead and put these onto the fenders so that this fender's ready to go back on the car. And there's a rubber gasket on here. Can't see though. All right, it's in. Wasn't the easiest thing in the world, and looks like we've chipped it. Man, I just buffed that. Anyway, guys, the new ones, you know, it's what you would expect. It's likely China garbage. Doesn't fit very well. It fits, it does okay, but that doesn't fit down on it very well. It's okay, but the old ones fit better. You can see how it doesn't hug the body line very well. Oh well. All right. So this is the power steering pump, and unfortunately, it leaked again. I put that new seal in, and it leaked again. Bought another one instead of trying to get another seal. I don't know if there's something going on with that shaft, but two seals in a row have leaked, so I'm not going to go for a third. I bought another one, so I got that one there. Going to send it back for a core charge, and I got the new one already installed, so that's done. So Dad's here. We're fresh off our Chick-fil-A, and we're going to start working our inner fender wells and see if we can't get those in. That's something we can do when it's cold. I know, we're in Florida and he's got a heater. Anyway, so we're going to work our inner fender wells on both sides, and then we do have the passenger side fender done. So we could go over there and get the inner fender well and get that fender on as well. So we got some things we can do while it's cold. Anyway, I think that, no, actually it's the driver's side.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's the driver's side that we have ready to go. All right. So the first piece that goes in is this one, and it goes. Show you up in here. Goes up in here, and then the two bolts are right here on the inside. So that's how that one goes in. It's just a little piece, but it has to go in first because your other piece bolts to right here. Your big piece that goes here. So let's just get the first piece in, and then we'll get the next piece in. All right, so we've got some rubber pieces here that we bought. They seem to all be pre-cut to fit where certain spots. So the first one we put on, you saw there was a rubber piece on it that sealed up this area. This one here, we pretty sure goes right here, and it'll go just like that. And I'll just pop rivet that on there, and when the fender goes on, it'll just fold it over and seal it. So that one will go there. This one goes up inside here and seals to this area. So that's what all these little notches are for, is all this. That goes up there. And then this long strip will go just like this down this, and then it'll fold as the fender hits it. It'll fold up and seal against the fender as well. So that's pretty much what we think is be the way it works. All right, we got the inner fender wells in. Ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and start getting the fender on. All right, there you go. So we got it loosely installed. So, not too bad. Bolt it in here and here. We've still got to get this one here lined up. We got to get this wheel well lined up. We're bolted in up underneath here. So the next thing we'll have to do is start to make sure that our door gap is where we want it. Looks pretty darn close. Actually, looks pretty good. So I guess the hardest things that really looks like it's going to be to do is to get the fender wells, inner fender wells to the fender set up where we need them. So we're gonna have to fight with that a little bit, but I think once we get past that, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very big. Coming up. I kept coming up.
I'm gonna make sure all lined up.
There it goes.
Right here.
Sorry.
Stay back a little bit.
Hold it over.
There you go. All right, we got our polished up, got our script on, we got our antenna on, and of course, you know, you saw us get the light on, but it looks really good. And over here, we got our inner fender pieces are installed, and so we're ready. We're gonna go ahead and bring everything over here and start getting this set up on the car. Just don't worry about that right now. Let it be. Well, there it is, guys. Hey guys, I think we're gonna call this video here. We got a lot done. It was a lot of fun, and this thing is starting to take shape, so it's pretty freaking cool. We're gonna come back with the next one. We'll just continue, pick up where we left off here. We're gonna go hood, get the light buckets in, the bumper, all those things. So we'll start wrapping up the outside of the car basically on the next video. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys on the next one.